Each year they decide whether children should be removed from their parents and taken into care. But the workings of England's family courts remain shrouded in secrecy. Tomorrow, a government consultation on whether to allow greater access to these courts ends. Campaigners say the present system allows miscarriages of justice to go unreported. But the BBC has learnt that any changes are likely to be very limited, as Claire Marshall reports.
Your children are at risk of emotional abuse.
They are likely to suffer significant emotional and physical harm.
Your child is to be placed on the Child Protection Register when born.
The words of social workers who have the power to take sons and daughters away. Local councils make up to 15,000 applications a year to remove children from parents. They're trying to protect these children, but there can be occasional miscarriages of justice. These errors are rarely heard about because of the strict secrecy laws governing English family courts. This couple could have ended up in prison if they'd let us identify them on camera. They had their 4 children taken away by social workers who accused them of abuse. It was 9 months before a judge ruled that they'd made the wrong decision and let the children go home.
We were devastated, just didn't believe it was happening. I mean, that sort of thing doesn't happen without any prior notice, surely.
She had to fight to be able to name Blackpool Council as having made the mistake.
At the end of the day, how can things be done properly if they're in secrets? They can't be. The lawyers, the experts, the doctors, the social workers and some judges, they can do whatever they want, you know, and they're answerable to nobody, and that's wrong.
Let's have a look at the extent of the secrecy in family court proceedings. Firstly, members of the public are not allowed to attend court hearings, see documents, review evidence or obtain copies of judgments. Members of the press are banned in the vast majority of cases from reporting anything that goes on in a family court. And parents, from the moment their child is named on a social services care order to the day he or she is adopted, a father or mother commits a crime if they tell anyone what's happening to them, even if they think it's wrong. And remember, there's no jury. The decision to remove children from their parents is made by one judge. This lack of scrutiny, according to the critics of family courts, results in a deeply flawed system.
I believe that there have been very, very many cases where the courts have been misled, either deliberately or otherwise, by some experts, other witnesses, to reaching appallingly inappropriate conclusions.
But the official body that represents children in family law says they want and need this privacy.
I do worry that the media frenzy in some particular cases and the way that the issues get polarised and oversimplified does make complex cases harder to understand and determine.
Lois spent around 7 years in care. Now aged 19, she's never been told why she was taken away from her mum.
I think the child should be the first person to know everything that's going on, because they are the person, because if it wasn't for the child then the case wouldn't be there, would it? So basically I think they need to be the first person to be told everything, and just say they go in court, if they don't want someone there, they have the choice to say no, I don't want them there.
The government's decided it doesn't want either the press or public in family courts. Earlier proposals for greater transparency have been dropped in favour of much more limited reforms. Claire Marshall, BBC News.